Okay, that mic's still the one that's working. And now, announcement. Okay.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, you're here.
I am. I believe I am.
You believe you are? Oh, I don't know. Can we really be sure then?
I'm working on 3 hours of sleep and feeling a bit jaded from work, so maybe.
That is, I don't know. That doesn't seem good.
No, it doesn't, but it's getting a lot better now.
Why is that?
Because I'm chatting with you and I'm on the stream. I'm in my happy place.
Oh, well, that's a nice thing to say.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like talking with y'all.
Y'all, the multiple of me.
Well, you and everybody in chat as well.
That is true. There is a chat. I forget about that sometimes.
There is a chat. You keep forgetting about that. You are a professional streamer after all.
Chat? What's that? Expect me to remember that I have a chat? I only do this every week.
True. If you did it twice a week, it'd be a lot easier to remember. I'm sorry. I should cut you some more slack.
Exactly. That's exactly what I need is more slack. That's why I wear slacks every day. I love it.
Howdy, DK. I'm doing meh. How about you?
Yeah, I'm not doing horribly, but I definitely feel like there's good room for improvement.
Oh, there's actually that's a good way to put it. If you're feeling down, it's there's room for improvement.
Yeah, no, there's just like there's upward mobility. Like if my mood were an economy, it'd be like Denmark, Norway. There's upward mobility. I'm not at the top.
I got that.
Yeah.
No, but you know what's at the top? My blood pressure is.
Is that right?
Well, it's been steadily dropping, yes, but it's like a tea kettle.
Yes. It whistles. I don't think that's normal.
Yes, it's coming out of my ears. That's how you know I'm positively steamed.
That's a positive thing, right? That's what the kids call it when they're happy about something, right?
No.
Steamed?
Not in my vocabulary.
Oh no. I've been using it wrong this whole time.
I actually have no idea how it's used. I just said something trying to make a pun, but I obviously didn't.
Steamed? Steamed clams? No, I said steamed hams.
No, you're not doing that.
Seymour, I thought we were having steamed clams. No, I said steamed hams.
Steamed hams. I would recite it, DK, if I actually remembered the meme.
Proceeds to recite. I mean, I am doing this. You've got an entire computer screen you can use to look up the meme. Consider that. Consider that.
Oh, I see what you're hinting at.
Hinting at? This isn't a hint. It's a suggestion. Which is more or less the same thing. Actually.
I like how the top-rated search for steamed hams is steamed ham script.
Oh man, that'd be fun. That'd be fun for like a school talent show in high school. Just do steamed hams.
Oh, it would be. I feel like someone may have actually done that.
It's impossible. It's impossible that nobody has. Like, it's at least one person has to have done that.
Morning, Xano. Hey, Kenobi. Welcome, everyone.
This doesn't look right.
What do they sound like again? Oh, no. It's been so long since I've watched The Simpsons. Oh.
Who's Kenobi? Don't know.
Kenobi's the guy who goes, "Hello there," in episode 3 of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he's that one dude. You know.
Oh yeah, he's a guy. Yeah, no.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah, the person.
The funny man.
Oh yeah. He was great in that one thing.
What was that one thing again? I already forgot.
Oh, I don't know. I was expecting you to remember.
No, I don't remember anymore. Anyway, I heard this thing called steamed ham.
Steamed hams? Oh, that sounds delectable.
Oh yes, would you like some?
Well, I don't know. Don't know if I could swing it on my diet.
Well, I certainly can. My diet's anything but healthy.
Steamed hams don't sound awful. Like if you actually took some hams and steamed them. That doesn't sound great, but it doesn't sound like awful for your health.
Well, it's probably healthier than 90% of the stuff you can literally go pick up at a fast food store or Walmart. Maybe your Walmart is your fast food store. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think that would really just depend on how fast your Walmart is. Like, I don't know. I feel like that.
What if it's one of those fancy Walmarts that has like a Wendy's or a McDonald's in it?
That's true. That is true. That is true. Although I don't know if I'd call the McDonald's ones fancy. There's one of those in my neighborhood.
It's true. They're not always the fanciest.
No, I'd say they're very seldom the fanciest.
Well, the standalone McDonald's I've got across the street from my Walmart has the most mentally challenged parking lot / drive-through lane I've ever seen. I would be surprised if the person who designed that. I would not be surprised if the person who designed that got shot afterward.
I don't know. They were probably like in an office in Newark, New Jersey, or something. They probably never even saw the building.
Probably not. All they wanted the building to do was face the main street, which means they had to put the drive-through on the inside of behind the building, which is now on the inside of the parking lot. But now there's no place to park cars, and your drive-through goes to the middle of the parking lot, and there's no room, and there's only one way in and one way out. So if somebody decides to cut the line instead of going around the building, now you have gridlock. Nobody can get out.
That sounds like an amazing building design.
It's so stupid. I want to see if I can find a Google Map view of this thing. If I can, I'm going to send you a picture of this thing. It's stupid. I miss the old design where it was literally just a parking lot.
What is this? Oh, you didn't send it yet.
No, I haven't sent it yet. I'm looking for it. For some reason, my Google Maps went straight to Arcadia Bay in California for some reason.
That sounds like a location in a video game, doesn't it? Arcadia Bay. It's got like arcade in the name.
Oh, it's more common than you might think. We have a. Oh, I might get shot for this. I think it's across the Snake River, so I think it's in Oregon. We have an Arcadia in Oregon, north of Nyssa. So. I live right on the border between Idaho and Oregon, so.
Idaho borders Oregon? My geometry is all messed up. Like
we're the Panhandle. If you go on the west coast from bottom up, you have Baja California in Mexico. You then have California in America. Then you have Oregon, then Washington. Then you have British Columbia in Canada.
I know basically only Colorado and the states around Colorado. I know Wyoming is north. I know Utah is east. I know something else is west. New Mexico,
Nevada?
I think. Nevada.
New Mexico
and I know
is
Texas
south.
is south. And New Mexico is also south.
If you know where Wyoming
Idaho is no, not Utah. Utah is probably west. Now I want to stop what I'm doing and look this up.
I'm looking at the map. I can tell you if you want.
Oh, okay.
So from Colorado, right? Yeah. Direct west is Utah, and direct north is Wyoming, right?
Okay.
If you go direct northwest from Colorado, you go to Idaho.
Okay.
Or if you go west from Utah, then direct north. Or go Nevada, then go north to Idaho, but then you can get to Oregon. So, Anyway, that's beside the point. I gotta go find this thing.
I do. I have relatives who live up in Oregon. They live in Portland, which I've heard is the weird part of Oregon.
We don't talk about Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, no. I been there a couple of times. It's
okay.
something.
It's 50-50. Some areas good. Some areas. There's some areas. All right, let's see here.
Some other areas are other areas.
Yeah. You get my drift.
Yeah, I'll get you up in there. I know.
Oh, give me a higher res image than this. You can't even see the arrows.
Do I have auto merge?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna draw this in a crappy MS Paint real quick.
Oh, sweet. Look, I was gonna ask you to do that after you showed me an image. I was gonna ask you to make an artistic representation of what you're talking about. This just saves effort. Honestly, this cuts some steps out of my plan.
Well, I want to do that so you can see the absurdity of these drive lines.
I have no idea what this mesh is ridiculous.
I mean, okay, if you're trying to do the bottom with all the rebar, if you want to be lazy, you could just skid tray it.
Skid tray?
That's just cover it. So, do you have the diagram of the car, the underside?
Yes. Here.
Yeah, so you see how like all the bars and stuff are exposed and whatnot, right? That's because this car doesn't have a skid tray. It's not even semi-clad. It's just open, so there's nothing to cover anything. If you wanted to just be quick, you could literally just flatten it out and just do the bars that go across the rear wheels and then just have everything else covered up. It doesn't really matter. I tried to make it a semi-space frame that mixed with the solid frame. I believe they call it a monocoque frame.
Monocoque?
Yes.
Only one?
Yes, only one, because it's a singular piece of steel usually. Yeah. Galvanized? Don't quote me. I don't know car bodies that much. I just played a bit of automation where you build cars from scratch,
we can't mix up these materials here. If the material isn't hard enough, then it's gonna fall apart when I import it into distance.
I guess that's true.
That's not.
They explode.
Well, they do that anyway.
Where's my angry red brush?
What?
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna use orange for this.
I have this. Hold on, I'm gonna. Here we go. Let me just keep this for reference.
I'm gonna get all of the green, and I'm gonna get all the colored ones so I can show you right from wrong.
All right. So
on this, I don't know why I'm so obsessed over this stupid McDonald's thing, but I am now.
Well, that's sometimes that's what it is. Like you can't just drop it. You can't just like leave it alone. You gotta like.
Maybe it's because I'm in one of those lucid states like you were talking about last stream.
Manic, do you mean?
Manic, yes, maybe. I don't know.
That's a very low energy manic state.
I'm very tired. I'm not gonna vent too much about work here because this is a fun place, but holy crap did I have to do not only my job but everyone else's.
Ah, yes. It's the classic like pull your own weight and additionally all of the other weight, and then also quit because it never changes.
What's annoying is we actually fell behind, but we wouldn't have fallen behind if I didn't have to do their work along with mine. If I could have just focused on mine and they would have done theirs, everything would have been fine, but no, they gotta be on their phone.
Ah, yes.
No, instead of backpiling or backstocking our popcorn and making new batches, filling up nacho chips, filling up the snack bar and everything. No, you're gonna, the second we get a break between the 50 people tsunamis of hungry people, you're just gonna get on your phone immediately instead of actually restocking anything. So then and you're only going to tell me that we run out of something when we're completely out, meaning I have to refire the grill, thaw out some meat, throw it on there, and spend an extra 5 minutes so it actually comes out done.
Sounds like it's more than just the grill that needs to be fired.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I now understand why one of my other coworkers refused to work with these two in particular.
Yep, it's all starting to make sense.
But that's enough of me complaining. I have my stupid McDonald's design now.
On to the next thing.
I know. That's how I am. From one thing to the next. Where is it? Here it is.
Let's
Bow.
to here.
Yes, Xano. I wish I could bevel the McDonald's design because then we could actually solve the problem.
Bevel the shit out
Get
of
rid of the road.
Ooh. So which line is which?
Okay, so the green line is how you're supposed to enter, and the orange line is the drive-through itself. So what you're supposed to do is when you come off the main road, you turn into the mini mall area, and then you go around the building, you come through that loop, then you go all the way around the building to enter the drive-through lane. Then you go through the drive-through lane and re-enter the green loop and then leave. Problem is, people can come from where the red line comes from, and that means they can cut the line. The problem is, if multiple people do that, they block traffic from going south to go around the building, or people leaving the building, because in order to leave the drive-thru, you have to go out through the designated arrows. And that means you have to go out through that one area. But when it's blocked, nobody can get out.
See, to me, this all just sounds like a list of reasons why I don't go to McDonald's. Or other fast food restaurants in general.
I don't go to McDonald's much either, but this is a reason why I really don't. You can even see the Dutch Bros across the street. They've got their drive-thru sorted. I don't know why. It's all because the McDonald's had to face the corner, had to face the main street. If you go north from there, that's the main street, and on the other side is Walmart and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that has to face the main street. If you had it turn the other way around, where the drive-thru starts on the southern side, that would have just been like the old building layout.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just put the drive-thru on the other side of the building, and your issue's solved.
Xano, you heard me? What? I don't believe I did.
What? What are we talking about?
First of all, I don't know what that is, and B, if I did do such a thing, I don't do that out of anger.
Angrily? Oh my.
I don't do it angrily, if I did at all.
That's a talent.
If somebody could do it in anger, I actually wouldn't be surprised. I bet it's probably easier than it sounds.
I feel like I don't want to be in a place in my life where where I need to confirm whether or not that's true.
Well, you can find out for me, because I ain't testing it.
In that case, I don't know if we'll ever know. Probably be better for it.
Well, I mean, you could use your material from last live stream, though you said you lost it, so.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. It's gone somewhere. I don't know.
Well, we won't talk about it. Nobody needs to know. If they want to know, they can go watch the previous one.
We'll bring it up and then not say anything more about it. We'll just mention that it's a thing and then just be like, oh, but we're not going to actually let you know what that was. No.
No, you have to be part of the club to know.
Yes, you're not exclusive enough.
No, they're not.
They're not. No, indeed not. Indeed not.
So we're working on the underside of the car now.
Yeah.
The I guess it would be the monocoque body of the car.
Monocoque?
I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah, monocoque.
I could go get a picture of what that thing's supposed to look like. It won't look like this car, but you'll see what the frame kind of looks like.
Picture, you say?
I mean, I can if you want. I just gotta go boot up the game.
The game?
Yeah, automation.
You got
it's a great game.
monocoque in a game?
It's where... Yeah, it's where... Very funny. It's actually where I made the Validium clone. I made it through automation, so...
That's cool. Do you have like a bunch of control over like the body of the car, or is it just like the engine?
Not much. Most of it's preset. You can stretch and bend it, right? That's about it, though.
Interesting.
That's all you can really do with the body of the car. Though there is freeform geometric parts that you can use if you want to spend an ungodly amount of hours.
Ungodly, you say? Well, then hail Satan.
Ah, dang it! I wish I had my soundboard going for that one.
Too bad you don't.
I'll be back.
Uh-oh.
Just give me a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I should warn you. I may just randomly drop out of the call here because I'm gonna have to restart my computer sometimes because my GoXLR's driver occasionally crashes.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, it kind of breaks my whole computer. I have to restart. I have to force shut off the computer. That's not. I can't even English. You know what I mean. I have to hold down the power button for X amount of time to force close the computer.
English? What's that?
Why do you think I'm learning German?
Exactly. German and English sound surprisingly similar.
Okay, that's time for a little bit of a lesson. English is actually considered a Germanic language, funnily enough. There's 3 main languages in Europe. You have Germanic, Romantic, and Romance languages, and you have Cyrillic languages. Those are the 3 main languages in Europe. So, you know, Cyrillic would be like Polish or Russian.
Yeah.
Romance would be French, Italian, Spanish. Italian.
They talk in italics.
Sì, Italiano. And then
yes.
Germanic languages would be obviously like German and English. So that's actually why German and English actually do share quite a few similarities. But English is also kind of I hesitate to call it a melting pot language. It has a lot of Latin roots, which Latin is a Romance language, funnily enough. Mm-hmm. But it also shares a lot of roots with French, another Romance language. But it also shares a lot of similarities with German, which is a Germanic language, which is where it actually gets its... Oh, and I guess Scandinavian languages as well. It does take some from there as well.
English
so that's why English... Sorry, go ahead.
English takes its roots from Scandinavian?
Partially, just some words, not like fully. Most of its root words come from Latin. I should clarify that. But it's been influenced by German and Scandinavian. Well, you also have to remember that way back in the day, I want to say 1200s, don't quote me on this. This isn't a very strong area of my history knowledge. But England at the time was currently commonly fighting the Vikingers from Sweden a lot.
Ah, yes.
So before even the Norman culture came along, right? They didn't even have English at that point. So I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking before I say something dumb and I get corrected. If anybody else in the chat actually can do a better job at explaining history than I can, be my guest. I'm too tired to try and remember.
We have a Viking in the chat.
Oh, do we?
It's Newt.
Oh, right. He's Swedish. I forgot.
Newt, when was the last time you've been Viking?
Yes. When did you go Viking last? And where?
And where? Yes, I'm looking for good Viking spots this this summer.
Yeah, I hesitate to give dates and names, but Newt is right. There were a lot of occupation in England from the Vikings looking for a new home, funnily enough. That's actually why Iceland or Iceland, I believe is how you pronounce it colloquially. Don't quote me on that, though. Is also a Nordic territory.
Interesting.
Well, back in the day, of course, it's owned by... Well, is it independent? It's independent now, I'm pretty sure. Either that or it's under Denmark, one of the two.
The two cannot
I don't know, most
peacefully.
most of my map knowledge comes from 1910 to 1940. So... modern maps aren't my specialty. I know where everything generally is located. So if you say, oh, where's Bosnia? Oh, I know that's around here, where Yugoslavia used to be, because it used to be part of Yugoslavia, right? That kind of thing. Or Bessarabia, right? Well, that's the northeastern province of Romania that borders Ukraine, right? That kind of thing. But if you're asking very minute specifics, even more minute than that, I probably can't tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, Iceland is independent now. Okay, that. See, in good old-fashioned 1930s land, Iceland was at least a supervised state to some degree. So. That's why I am always confused on that.
Sorry, I don't have a lot to add to these geographical discussions. Most of the time, I'm just trying to figure out like where everything is. I'm just like Iceland. I know that's a place. So if
well, then I've got the perfect quote for you.
Well, then hail shit.
There you go.
That's great. You need to mess with the normalization so it's louder.
I would have to do quite a bit of work on that, but I could definitely do that. I'd have to run it through the sampler a couple times, and then I could do it.
Nice.
But I went to the YouTube stream, rewound it, and snagged it while I could remember.
Perfect.
So now that's forever on here.
Amazing. Quote board.
Yeah, no, some of my sounds are really loud. Like I've ripped some from games before. Let's see, what's this one?
Tango down.
Oh yes, Tango down. He's dead now. So that one was probably a bit louder.
Cycles in real time? That's pretty cool.
Yes, cycle it in real time. Let's see here. Let me see if I can run it through here. I gotta find it in the recorded list. It doesn't name them. To be sorted, recorded. I'm gonna make an Omega folder.
Sweet. Well,
Okay, put that in the to sorted. Oh, no, I gotta do it this way. All right, here we go. I have to do some file digging. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that. The John Cena Bing Chilling. I actually have that on a soundboard thing.
Bing chilling.
Yeah, I do. Hold on, let me... I have no idea how loud this will be. This one's probably gonna be pretty quiet.
Bing chilling.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that wasn't awful.
All right, let's see. There's recorded. Now I gotta find this in the list. Don't you feel special? You're gonna get your own special voice recorder.
Oh boy.
Holder.
Goody. You gotta install. Oh yeah, new Warframe update in a few days. Nice. Yeah. Angels of the Zeraman, right?
I actually don't know much about Warframe.
It's kind of a cult.
Difficult. That's it.
No. I said a cult.
Oh, a cult.
Yes.
Well, then that voice clip's even more appropriate.
Nice. The game requires a lot of investment, but I enjoy like the world that they build. It's a very unique science fantasy environment, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's always good to have a well-built world in any regard.
Yeah.
Especially if you can get immersed in it.
Oh yeah.
I always love immersion's a huge thing when it comes to a lot of the stuff I like watching or reading. If I can't get immersed in it, it's kind of hard to get into it.
Yeah. It's good. Well, I think at least it's pretty good.
Sorry, I was messing with an off screen. You say that with hesitation.
It requires a lot of investment in order for you to really like get into it, which is why I feel a bit hesitant to say that it's good, because like it is, but only if you're looking for what it can give you. Like if you're
It's
looking.
got 5 different languages.
Yeah, no. There's good lore. Like there's like actually decent. It takes a bit of a Tolkien-esque approach, but not quite to the level of like Tolkien.
That's actually pretty cool, honestly.
And
before we get on that, I see what you're doing with the cutaway there. Oh, you're already on it. Never mind. Continue with Warframe talk.
nice.
I was gonna say in the X-ray view, I actually have the cutout for that nose cowl piece for the wheels.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On my X-ray view, it has every single body line I put on the car, because that's how I draw all of my cars. I do every single line, and then I just erase the layers that aren't visible through solid objects.
Schematic.
That's why the schematic sheet has so many different lines in it and overlapping lines, because it shows all the different parts.
Well, in that case. Well, then hail Satan. Oh man, that's never gonna get old.
What is it?
Well, hail Satan.
Oh, I thought I was I don't know if that's any louder. I was trying to mess with the sampler off screen. I'm not pressing my sampler button. So I didn't think anybody was hearing that. I was messing around in the electronic mixer, so I didn't think anybody could hear that.
Oh. Well, they could.
Uh-oh. Well.
Hail Satan.
I don't have that cut very well. What? Wait, hold on. Maybe I can get the well by itself.
Well.
There we go.
Nice.
I love the way it has a waveform map on here, so I can just take sliders and cut it to a certain portion. So
Then hail.
Oh, I cut it off. I didn't do it right. I can't.
Satan. Satan.
Yes, indeed. I just grabbed it quickly. If I'd normally cut out the music if I could. Then again, there's music on this live stream. It's a little hard to record your audio in a pure form.
That's exactly why I do it.
That's why I have to capture it when we're in the voice call. Because I mute the audio on the stream. Well, I have it really, really, really quiet, so I can still hear it and make sure everything's kind of there. But I don't get any sound if I record you on the Discord chat, so I get pure audio.
Are we recording voice lines now? What is it Grandar wants me to say? We don't talk about that here for the soundboard.
That'd be a good one to have.
Lass, you'll never get me to do it.
Oh, well, I don't know. Just do it.
Never gonna happen.
Oh! Don't do that.
Don't? Really? Force me. You're gonna make me
No,
conform?
I can't force you. You're on the other side of the internet wall. I can't cross that.
You haven't learned? You haven't learned to cross through the screen?
No, I'm sorry. I can't go full Persona 4 on that. I apologize.
Is that a thing? In Persona?
In Persona 4, is it Persona 4? I'd have to ask my brother. He plays all those games, and he made me watch the animes to them.
Oh, there's
Actually
animes?
not bad. But I believe to get to the there's another dimension where you do all the fighting and you get your Persona monsters and blah blah blah. You
It's kinda
jump
like
through
Bakugan.
static television TVs.
Favorite Warframe faction? That would, for me, have to be... I'm going to say the Entrati. I like them. They're so gloriously dysfunctional.
Ooh, I might like them then. I'm a dysfunctional individual.
Is that so?
Yes, quite so.
Well, you love them then. Their entire thing is that they're like not. They're just like they're a family that's like upset with each other for a bunch of different stuff.
Oh, so gang violence. Well, I guess it'd be mafia violence because that's closer to families.
Yeah. More like they're all infected with this.
I thought you were gonna say a different word there.
No.
You're a little too close to
God,
family, huh?
God, no. No. I don't think so. No.
You're corrupting me, everyone. This is what you've made my brain turn to.
What have you done to him? He was pure. He was innocent.
I was pure.
Look at him now.
Back, please. Emperor, forgive me. Anyway. They're all infected.
Oh yeah, they're all infected with like a type of. If you know anything about the infested, they're all infested.
Oh, I couldn't tell by the name. It wasn't very telling.
Newt only likes the corpus because Better Name Pending likes the corpus. You're a follower. So the infestation is a biomechanical life force.
Biomechanical life force.
Yes. So it, in a sense, is like it. It's. I don't know why I'm getting so tongue-tied. It's not that hard to explain.
Newt's explaining something in there.
Just a dysfunctional family, like a real biological family. Oh yeah, mega zombie cancer into amnesia. That's a good way to put it.
Mega zombie cancer.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Brigador's X-ray lasers that cause mega cancer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. It's like a zombification disease, really. Because it kills you, but also not. Oh, could somebody ban that guy? Chiba. Whoever I put as Twitch mod.
Oh, they were so quick I couldn't even see it.
Yeah, nanomachines. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. They're like gray goo, but much less organized or driven.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Grey Goose scary.
Grey goo very scary.
Purge it! Kill it in fire!
Oh man, yeah. Now the infestation are basically treated as like a death sentence for anybody who comes across them. The Tenno are one of the only ones that are immune, and the reason why is because the Tenno are actually they're like made with the same strain of like Grey Goo nanovirus. So the Tenno are these like ninja like warriors that can harness space magic.
Shinobi Space Warrior, you say?
Basically, they're basically exactly that. Yeah.
Similar to the flood from Halo. Okay, I got a pretty vivid image of that now.
Yeah, no, similar but less coordinated. I think. I mean, I haven't ever like played any of the parts of Halo where they go over the flood lore, but I do know that there's this thing called a grave mind, and I was just like, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so the grave mind is basically the hive mind. He commands all the little ones.
Interesting.
I was actually just playing MCC not too long ago. Actually, I'm clearing all the campaigns on Legendary.
You know, I actually own that game.
You should. It's super fun.
I think I'm probably gonna start playing that when I get a Steam Deck. I've been meaning to get one of those, and I haven't gotten an email about it yet, so I haven't. But it's happening eventually.
All the Halo campaigns are multiplayer compatible too. You can have multiple people. We should totally do that. Get some people from the Discord and get like 4 people on there. It makes the levels so trivial.
That would be fun. I've that was one of like my goals when I like started getting the game, is because that was my goal in having that game, is to play with other folks, because I know a bunch of my friends like played Halo as kids, and they're all like, dude, you should totally play Halo, and I was just like, it's not on PC, I only play on PC, and now it is.
Yeah, it's so I was decent at it on Xbox, but now that it's on PC, my aim has turned godlike, and I feel awesome.
Oh yeah, no, it's
I'm
much
so much
easier
better
to
on
aim
mouse
with
and keyboard.
Mouse and keyboard, yeah, so much easier.
Yeah, no, if you ever get MCC and you're playing with people, hit me up. I'd totally do that with you.
Yeah, I'll have to remember. It's being tricky to find time to play games, but once I get one of those Steam Decks, I can like use my breaks at work and the small like 20-minute increments where I can't go all the way down into my room and but I have enough time to pull something out, play like 20 minutes.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. There's just not enough time to play any games anymore.
Honestly, though, kind of bums me out.
Yeah, that's part of being an adult, apparently.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but I just gotta suck it up. We all do.
I don't.
Sorry, I was stretching.
I don't, and I won't. I'll complain.
Good for you. You're a rebel against the machine.
Hey, rage against the machine.
Yes, down with the corpos, or something along those lines.
Oh man, that reminds me. I'm running through my second run of Cyberpunk at this point.
Oh, are you now? How are you enjoying that? Have they fixed a lot of the bugs?
Ironically, it's buggier than it was my first playthrough. Actually, it's like literally it's worse.
One of my favorite bugs from that game is the cars that just implode randomly. You get in the car and all the doors and the wheels fall off. That's one of my favorite.
Mine are not that entertaining. Mine are just like there's like just a bunch of like trees that I can see through other like geometry that just kind of flash through the I wasted money with Cyberpunk because I got a lot of fun out of The Witcher, and I was just like, same studio, they should be able to handle it. And to be fair though, my first playthrough of the game was relatively bug free actually.
Really?
Yeah, well, I think it's because I stuck to the main story. Now I'm doing side quests, so that's probably why.
Ah, man, I'm gonna miss those compilations of just of bugs from the game.
Oh, they're not.
All my favorites were the car ones.
They're not going.
My other favorite was.
Soon.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said no. Those aren't going away anytime soon. Like if my experience with bugs has been any indication, I'm gonna. Oh man, yeah. I was thinking like, oh, I gotta verify my game files so that there isn't any. so that there's like, even if it's like just a bug, then I can say that I was able to squash it. Because like there's a bunch of updates about like, hey, we fixed these bugs, and I'm just like, that's cool, I should play it again. Like, now I bet it'll perform better. I bet it. Speaking of, actually, Cyberpunk has like a profile for the Steam Deck. Apparently, it's playable on there, and I found that surprising.
Well, it's probably going to be using those last-gen graphics they lied about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I gotta upgrade.
To be fair, though, that game would be really fun on a mobile, like, just handheld device. In all honesty.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be able to find out, is exactly how fun that type of a game would be in that sort of situation.
Well, you'll have to tell me.
I will.
What do I think about Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Well, Xano, I haven't touched one in about it's gonna be like 8 years now, maybe 6.
Sheesh.
Oh no, I used to be really into it. But after Axxl came out, I kind of just lost interest.
Axxl, what's that?
Axxl was the 4th generation anime for the card game. So I use the animes to mark the points of the different generations of cards. I don't know. They had was it Accxl Summon? Was it? No, they had XYZs. No, Accxl Summon is XYZ, isn't it? I don't know. Don't quote me. I stopped at Synchro Summon. Why do you ask, Xano? Synchro, Fusion, and Rituals. Yeah, that was back in 5Ds. I actually liked 5Ds. That was fun. 5Ds and GX. That's what I grew up on. Yeah, the 2 anime series.
Okay, there's like generations of that, just the same way there's like generations of like D&D.
Think of it like seasons of Pokemon, right?
Oh, okay.
So you have Kanto, then Johto arc, then didn't they do Orange Island before? No, they did Orange Island before Johto. Yeah, because then they got the GS ball and then did the event at the time. That's beside the point. I got on a tangent there. It's basically the same thing.
All right.
Bakugan, that is something I haven't heard in a while. Here in the U.S., it's actually made a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah,
actually.
I still have some of those old toys laying around my house.
I do too. I've got a whole bunch of those. I loved that. That was my thing.
Those were pretty cool. Like as a kid, that was mostly what I was into. I was like into collecting Transformers figures, and I was into, well, it wasn't really into Bakugan, but anytime anybody would have one, I'd just be like, oh, interesting.
Have you actually seen the new ones?
The new what?
The new Bakugan, they're so different than when I was a kid.
Like, how?
They are more than just a ball with a couple of points that pop out on a magnet.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can get you a picture of the newest season. Oh. Well, I mean, these ones are cubes, but it still gets the point across.
Cubes?
Yeah, okay, so in the second... no, it would have been the new Vestroya arc. They added in Trap Bakugan, which were different shapes. You had pyramid cylinders.
Right, I remember those.
I actually have a couple of those. I still remember my first one, too. It was a Pyrus Scorpius. Love that thing.
Ah, yes. Triangle/D4 Bakugan.
Triangle/D4 Bakugan. Yeah, no, those would hurt to step on like Legos, I'd imagine.
I'd imagine it'd be worse.
Weaponized Legos. Have you seen the picture where somebody sharpened the Legos into like a punji stick?
A punji stick? What is that?
It's a sharpened bamboo stick that acts like a spear. Very commonly used in Vietnam.
Oh, interesting.
Commonly laced with poisons or other, excrement to cause infection for anybody that stepped on them.
Oh,
generally hidden into a pit.
Sounds super fun.
One of them was, I think they called it a snake bit trap, where they actually put a snake in it. like a
That's
Viper or something.
pleasant.
Yeah. No, those VC, they're pretty ingenuitive. Anyway, here's some Bakugan.
Whoa.
So these are this is like the newest stuff, right? This is what they transform into.
That's pretty cool. And they're still like spherical, or?
Some of them are, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a few of these towards the end of their run a while ago. I was just like, wow, they're getting creative.
No, these are some of the newer ones. Oh, I should show you the newest one. Holy crap! These are. I just found the picture. Holy crap! Give me a minute. Thanks, Best Buy. I don't even know what this Bakugan's supposed to be. It's so far different from what was used to. I see these in stores when I go to like Walmart and like GameStop and stuff. This in particular, like, this is what they are now.
What?
Yeah, look at that. It's still a ball. It is still completely a ball.
They've really upped their game.
Back in my day. Back in my day, they didn't transform that much.
Yeah, wow, all right. That's cool. That's cool.
The most that you really saw was, it would have been the third arc past New Destroy. I don't remember what this one was, but you had some of the trap Bakugan could bind together and make like giant ones. I actually got one of those. I already forgot what it was called. Yeah, no, that was like the huge thing with that final arc was these Bakugan that could combine together. So their Bakugan had the magnets in them with little pegs that would line up with the trap Bakugan that you. No, it wasn't even a trap Bakugan. They were I don't even remember what they were called at this point. But you could attach them to the back of your other Bakugan. Now you got 2 in 1.
Oh, that is interesting.
Axis Dragonoid? Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Maybe. Oh, let me look that up. Dragonoid. Oh yeah. Yep. That's it. Oh, here we go. I actually have this. I bought this. I actually got this for Christmas one year, way back in the day. This was like the last thing that I got when it came to Bakugan.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's the other. I totally forgot about this too.
That's
So each
pretty
of those,
crazy.
Those accessories, by the way, if I recall correctly, they're supposed to add or change your Bakugan's element. So you'll see that each of them have a different element on them, right? And that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to change it.
Do each one of them like turn into their own thing?
Yes, they do.
Or do they just turn into like legs and arms?
They can work on their own, but they can all connect together.
Okay, well that's basically just like the Combiner series from Transformers is what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
Those
yeah, no, they're all independent.
Are expensive now. You ever try and get any of those? Those
Combiner
series?
Are
hundreds.
they?
Yeah, they're hundreds.
Jeez. Let me see if I can find some of these on their own. Oh yeah, and then they had Maxis Helios. That was the other one that, big mecha dragons fighting each other, because that's what boys like.
I mean, come on, it kind of is.
I mean, it is pretty cool, yeah. Okay, here we go. These are the legs. Legs of this thing. And you're probably not even going to recognize them as the legs, but this is what they originally are when they're on their own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the two legs, this is what they deploy into. So the bottom half
that's pretty clever design.
Over, and then the neck cowl piece around them folds their head back and then locks it in place to make a knee joint. It's very creative.
That is pretty creative. That's what that's why I like these sorts of things. You just like look at the design and you're like, wow, that took some ingenuity.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, and then we get whatever that T-Rex is now. which is even more I can't even English. It breaks my mind just thinking that's a marble.
Ingenious.
Ingenious. Yes, genius. I mean, that's literally what Bakugan means, is transforming marbles. So
Really?
You know. I'm 99% sure that's correct.
Interesting.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I mean, I wouldn't know.
I mean, Pokemon's pocket monsters. I know that one.
Well, that would make sense. Because, like, in English, Pokemon, pocket monster, it sounds a little bit phonetically similar.
Yeah, it does. How'd we even get on? Oh, yeah, we were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Xano got us on this.
Blame Xano. I could do that.
Don't blame Xano. He's innocent. Most of the time.
Blame Xano. He's never innocent.
So you're telling me he'd be the first to be ejected if anybody had to get ruled out?
Oh, yeah, no. He's totally sus. Come on.
I wasn't even trying to make an Among Us reference, but I guess...
You weren't trying. You don't need to try to make an Among Us reference.
I guess that's true.
Gormiti. I don't think we have Gormiti over in North America.
Gormiti? No, wait, no. That rings a bell. Hold on.
Does it?
That rings a bell. No, yeah, it does. Hold on. Do you happen to have a picture of those by chance?
DM you one?
Yeah, if you could DM me one, I might know what he's talking about. That rings a bit of a bell from when I was like 12, maybe. If they're what I'm thinking they are, I got these in a 2-pack at Chuck E. Cheese a long time ago.
That's pretty crazy.
I still got them lying around too. I know where they are. They're in one of the I have drawers underneath my bed. They're in one of those.
I think I could just solidify this. And then shell off the cockpit.
Okay, that's pretty much how it is. Let's see. If you go to the underside, color or non-color both work. On the diagram. I should clarify, on the diagram.
Yeah.
So most of it is shelled off on the underside. Those sides are flush with those bars down there. So if you go to the back side now, the back view on the diagram, that would probably be easier to see on the back view of the diagram. You can see the bars.
Yeah.
And how they merge. They kind of rest in the frame.
Okay. I could do that.
That's the transmission in the middle, along with the differential connecting to the engine. And then those two weird things. No, the differential's in the back. Doesn't matter. It's a clutch plate.
Sounds pretty clutch.
Car talk. There's two extruding pieces down in the middle. That's supposed to basically be the actual seating area in the cab. Those just rest on the frame itself. The color version would be a bit easier to see that from the underside, but I'm not big brain enough to be able to describe it any better because I just had a stroke. Holy crap!
I think I get it. I think I'm getting it.
It doesn't need to be 1-to-1. Oh, you sent it? Okay, let me go take a look. Yo, no. Yes, I know these. We had these. Where I lived, we had these. I have two of them. My brother also got two. Yeah, what? Air Tribe, I believe. Yes. Okay, the picture you just sent me. The bird in the top left. He has that one along with one other. Hold on. I'm gonna go see if I can find him. BRB.
How do I use the shrink wrap modifier again? Shrink wrap. target, whatever this is. This is the undercarriage frame. What does it do? That's not going to work for what I want it to. So I'm going to turn off subdivision. And then I'm going to solidify it with a mirror.
I have returned. And I did find them. I'll send you a picture, Noop.
Oh, you got some laying around?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Yeah, I remember he posted pictures of Gormiti to the Discord a while back, but...
You want me to send them to you as well?
Oh, yeah, sure. Or you just post them to, like, the collector's discussion chat or something like that. Or just ping me.
There you go. I just sent it to you.
Cool.
I got these way back in like 2013, I think, 2012, way back in the day.
Yeah, I remember. These were the things that he was 3D modeled. That's exactly what it was. All right, I'm gonna take a small break, grab a snack, and I'll be right back.
Sure, sounds good. Did you get something good to nibble on?
I ate a banana.
You ate a banana?
A banana, and I got goldfish too.
That is the kindergarten lunch break right there.
Yeah, pretty much. I really need to do some more cooking for work this week, and I probably am not going to.
I feel that. It's not that I don't like cooking, it's just that I'm lazy.
Exactly. It's just like, no, I don't mind cooking. I just got to do it. Whether or not I will, though.
Yeah, once you get started, it's like, okay,
It's
yeah,
just
I
like,
get
yeah, this is
behind
getting done. This is getting done. It's getting done right now. But before then, it's just like, you know. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Who knows?
I don't know, but I know what's happening now. It's eating ASMR with Omega. Live on Twitch.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. My microphone is really sensitive and picks up everything.
Mine is too, but that's also why I have an audio threshold on it, so it has to be loud enough in order for it to actually start picking stuff up.
Yeah. I should probably turn mine down so that there's a... I mean, it's pretty low. It's pretty low already, not very sensitive.
What do I have mine set to?
My audio threshold gets really, really sensitive.
37 decibel.
So if I turn it up, it'll just pick up literally everything I say.
Yeah, if I... every little detail. Every last bit.
From this point on, it's a whispering ASMR stream. All of my whispers will be audible, because my mic gain is much higher than it should be.
Every last whisper will be heard.
It's a secret. Don't tell anyone.
Shh, it's a secret. I shouldn't have done that. It probably just blew out everyone's eardrums and just flew right into my mic.
Yeah, you don't want to blow into your mic.
I don't even have a pop filter on here. I just kind of talk into it sideways, so the air from my mouth just goes... It brushes past it.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Thought I closed that door. I'll be right back.
Newt, what are you sending me?
That didn't make the background noise any better.
Newt's sending me the funny, he says.
The funny? Oh no. You know that can only mean bad things.
A Linus Tech Tips short skirt. Pleated short skirt.
Linus sex tips.
No! 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 That cannot stand! That is blasphemy! First one I've heard that.
Oh, and it's not the first time I've heard it. It's I picked that up in I should probably turn my mic gain down so I can talk normally. I picked it up in like a shitposting subreddit, I think.
Which stuff?
You don't use Reddit, do you?
No, not really. I'm not a
That's
Redditor.
good. You want to keep it that way. It's not good for your life. No. The only people I know who use Reddit are other people in the IT industry and also sad, lonely weirdos, but usually they're the same folks. So that's a good sign that you're not on Reddit. It got really quiet.
Sorry, someone messaged me.
Oh,
Xano
okay.
messaged me.
Oh, okay.
He's asking me if I've had Bionicles. Yes, I actually have.
Oh man, I don't know anybody who hasn't had Bionicles. Bionicles are like, they were kind of like ubiquitous.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Lego Company hated Bionicles, but there was a very staunch fan group for these things.
I don't like. How could you hate Bionicles? It's like a hard thing to hate.
Well, they didn't like it mostly. Well, I guess I should say the company didn't like them mostly for the fact that they weren't like their other Lego kits.
As in, they weren't compatible.
No, they're compatible, but it wasn't. It couldn't be marketed the same, if I recall correctly. There's a guy who did a really, really good in-depth breakdown about all of this on YouTube. It's a whole hour-long video about the entire history of Bionicles, too. And then he goes into this. I haven't watched that in like over a year, but it was really well done.
Do you just watch it like annually?
No, I don't. But he did an entire series where he would look back at old Lego series and talk about them, where they came from, what inspired them, and, you know, what they were about. It was really cool.
Yeah, that does seem pretty cool. I mean, Lego, like, just by itself is a very, like, as far as toy companies go, it's got a very interesting and unique reputation.
Wait, they brought back Bionicle? Which version? The most modern one that I know was 20... I want to say 15, maybe.
It's still pretty modern. I mean, to be fair, though, they had some good, like, lore and world building for Bionicle. Like, they really went hard.
The majority of mine came from... I had 2 from 2003, but the majority of the ones that I had were from 2007 and 2008. And then I picked up a couple of the Hero Factory ones, and I think 2012 was when they did that. I think.
Interesting.
Holy, what is that? What is, no, what, I feel like I've seen that.
Chibi Bionicle? Lego decided
What the absolute is that?
Chibi Bionicle. Oh. You mean,
That's not a Bionicle.
These?
That's a couple Lego bricks in the junior section. No,
these are
no.
These are basically like regular Lego people, but with oversized
Not those.
heads. Not
those. Hold on. Let me link you the thing, Xano.
Is it? Hold on. What? What is this? That's not a Bionicle. That's not. It just isn't. I'm not gonna call it a Bionicle because that's not what it.
That's why I called it something from the Legos Junior section.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Just with more choking hazard. What is that?
Maybe it's bigger.
I would rather have those chibis you were looking at, honestly.
I mean, yeah, those chibis weren't bad. They look like regular Bionicles. I was just like, I mean, yeah, I guess I could see why some people have a problem with them, but they...
No, this, it's a couple bricks with a flames, with a little flame thingy.
Oh my god.
What is that?
I have a sudden urge. To turn this into a, an emote.
Yes, please do! That's funny. I needed that laugh. That's a good laugh. That makes me forget about all of the torture I had at work today. After the mind-bending, what the crap is this? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, but it's never fully set into my brain like it has now.
Okay. So I'm gonna add eyebrows to this thing so he looks angry.
This has turned into an art stream, a general art stream.
That's all it always was.
Yeah, no. Like I said, most of the Bionicles I had came from was it Gladiators of Metanui? Is that what they called it?
Matanui?
It was 2007, 2000 Motanui?
I thought that's how it was always pronounced.
I thought it was Metanui. I don't know. Maybe it's something with the local translation. I don't remember what that series. I loved those though, the Gladiators, because they were so fun. They came with these little rubber spiky balls that you could shoot out from they had pinchers and different opposable attack methods. They were some of the fun. I still got them. I know where they are. They're in a different box, so it's gonna take me a lot longer to find them than my Gormides.
If we want this to be an effective emoji, we have to kind of minimize.
It doesn't even look like the Lego anymore.
Well,
oh, JC is in the chat. How's it going?
glorious Tahu. Alright, so pictures. No. We want this to be an emoji.
Yes, turn this into emoji now.
It's happening. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
I don't want it to stop. I will allow the chaos just this once. I will not let it consume me, but I shall allow it.
I shall let it pass over me and through me. When it is done, only I shall remain.
Only I shall remain amongst the fields of those unchosen.
It's been done.
But okay, Newt, some of these versions you sent me actually look better though. That's the problem.
That is a problem. Things aren't supposed to look good, but they do.
Oh, there's an HD version? Oh. This one doesn't look as memeable. Okay, maybe. The pile of parts, that looks memeable.
That's the real question. But can it be memed? What is the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meme? Meme.
Meep meep.
Meep meep.
Meep meep. How come I can't?
Is something going wrong with the fender well there?
I'm just trying to work out how I want to do this.
Yeah, fenders are a pain, I agree. Even drawing them, I hate it. Luckily, I had glaciate, so I was able to kind of just copy it.
Oh yeah, I noticed the back end seemed a bit similar there. That's a bummer.
Well, just the underside, just how I drew it, because, well, I suck at depth on 2D, so, you know.
I don't know. I think it looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah. It has a similar design to Glaciate, but it comes further down and is more rounded. Glaciate's is very rigid and sharp, but it's supposed to kind of go with that crystalline feel.
True.
I mean, it's an ice/rally car, so you know.
It's pretty nice, if you know what I mean.
It is.
Pretty nice.
Weren't we talking something about these cars last stream? What was that? I thought we were gonna get on a topic and then we got completely sidetracked on that.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened either.
Did it have something to do with Metalizer?
Probably.
Or was it Metalizer or was it not?
I don't know, man. I am also operating on like 9 volts of energy, and now I'm digesting, so more precious brain blood is being diverted to my stomach.
All of the brain blood.
All of the brain blood is coming to my stomach.
I actually choked my saliva there.
Now that's the trick. You fell for the meme! He fell for it, guys!
I'm dying. Oh, ich bin toten.
Ah.
I'm dead. But I've been resurrected.
I'm dead. Not dead, but just chilling. I'm being chilling.
Being chilling. I don't have that on my soundboard anymore.
I wonder what that actually translates to.
I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, God.
I mean, John Cena said it live, so when he was taken from a clip when he was showing off when he was learning Chinese back in the day.
Oh, yeah?
So I wouldn't imagine it's something bad.
I think I remember somebody like captioned him just being like, oh yes, you know, the glorious the Chinese leader or something. Basically changed the subtitles to just make it so that he was shilling for communist China.
Oh yeah, I remember that meme. Newt says it means ice cream.
Being shilling.
Interesting. Being shilling.
That's well, it makes sense because in the video he's got ice cream.
I don't know. I gotta really start back up my lessons again now that I'm done with all my schoolwork and stuff for now, so I can actually become the the polyglot I want to be.
Polygon.
That reminds me when was it Newt that said I'd have fun thinking with all those different languages? I already do that, except with writing. Whenever I start writing stuff, if I'm thinking about anything German, I'll actually start writing in German instead of English. So my thought pattern's already being corrupted by learning one language. I can't imagine what it's going to be when I start learning another after that.
Oh no. You're already headed in the right direction. By that I mean the wrong direction.
My brain never turns off, so that may not be a bad thing. But I don't know.
My brain is naturally off, so I can't relate.
I wish I could turn my brain off. I could actually get sleep if that was the case, but
oh yeah, man, I sleep great.
I lay awake for hours because my brain won't stop thinking like, oh, you just came up with a great new story idea. Oh, you should write that down before you forget. Or, oh, this would be a great concept to explore. Think of some characters to put in there so you can explore this concept further, right?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like, no, please.
Could you
It's been
just
2
time
hours.
this better, please? Just a little bit. Just a little bit better. All I'm asking for is time. I just need time.
Oh, time is all I need, and I'd have so much stuff done.
Yeah, I used to have that problem, and I don't anymore. Because something happened, like when I was a teenager or whatever, that I just kind of like learned how to turn my brain off. And now most of the time, I just act like I'm completely retarded.
I wish I could do that.
It's
Then
it's an interesting talent to have.
If I turned my brain off, I would lose all of my creative ability, honestly. That's where all my creativity comes from. Is my brain literally never stops thinking. Everything I look at, everything I hear, everything I feel can incite a new inspiration for whether it be artwork, a story, or a concept or something. Right?
Oh yeah, no, I've
my brain
totally
is
been there.
Constantly going all cylinders, never stops.
That's exactly how it was when I was in high school. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty wild. Because I'd just constantly like have my phone or a laptop on me, and I'd just be like, oh, this would be a fantastic story, and then I'd just write it like some kind of maniac. I would just put it down on paper somehow. I don't know how.
I write it.
Yeah.
Because of where all of my ideas pop into my head right before I'm going to bed, all of my ideas are written down on my tablet. So that includes all of my story ideas that I explored, like what I was talking about on last stream, the Plague World or my sci-fi world. I actually didn't talk about those, but that's beside the point. Any of those worlds that I come up with, they're all just written down on there.
I think I remember.
Did I talk
something about it?
I don't think I touched on it much, because I was too busy talking about the zombie plagues for the fantasy game, and then I got into AI Dungeon. That's what threw me off
Dungeon.
there.
Oh yeah. AI Dungeon. I think I brought up Dungeon Alchemist.
Did you? I don't remember Dungeon Alchemist being brought up in conversation.
Dungeon Alchemist is fun. I'm gonna take a quick divergence from this to talk about some D&D stuff.
Oh, sick.
So, there's this application called Dungeon Alchemist that just released into early access on Steam. You can buy this on Steam now. I don't know how much it is. I think it's like $30. Let me actually check real quick. $45.
Little spendy, but let's see what it can do.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty cool. I have used it a small handful of times because most of the maps that I've been getting recently have been for like outdoor terrain and stuff, and actually it can do that now that I think.
Yo, that's pretty cool.
So this is it's an AI like generation sort of a thing. So you go file, let's do new map, let's just make it digital, let's change the terrain to dark parchment. And let's change it to 69 by 420.
It took me a minute.
And yeah, Dungeon was it you that sent me the Kickstarter for Dungeon Alchemist, Newt? I think it was Newt. He's the one who shared the Kickstarter. Well, I think that map was too big. I think I made it a bit too big.
You break your computer.
I might just crash this application.
Oh, it popped into my head. This reminds me of another thing I was looking at called Wonder Map. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Or Wonder Draft. Wonder Draft. That's what it's called.
Wonder Draft.
It's a paint tool application designed for making fantasy maps.
Oh.
It's super cool. I would buy this right now if I had Windows 10, but you need Windows 10 to use it.
Oh, right, because you have Windows 7. I forgot. You're
I use
in
Windows
a very
7.
Weird situation.
It's because I just never wanted to update. But no, this is legit cool. I'll send you a link to their website.
Definitely
it is awesome.
Definitely do. I fell for the meme. I made a mistake trying to do the meme. I'm gonna make a new map like 20 by 20, and I think it'll work better.
I'm not updating to Windows 11, Zano.
Yeah, that's not happening no matter what.
Windows 11 is a heretical OS system. It must be purged from all computers.
True. Oh, wow.
It's as heretical as Windows 8, if anybody even remembers such a thing. It
Honestly,
was slain quickly, so I hope it has not corrupted the minds of anyone.
Honestly, though, that's like every time Windows tries to do something new, it takes them one try to like mess it up. Like you can remember for Windows 7, there was Windows Vista, and for Windows 10, there was Windows 8. For Windows XP, there was like Windows ME or something like that.
Oh yeah, Windows ME.
Yeah.
My dad actually has worked on computers with that OS before.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Here we go. So this is the basic system.
Okay.
And so you go into the rooms. Say you want a mansion. You say I'm gonna have a bathroom here. It's gonna be a small bathroom. It's gonna be 3x3. And
divided Zimmer.
And it just does the thing. Makes a bathroom. And then you say, okay, I want a hallway. I want hallways to go like, crisscross all over this mansion. So you draw, and make a little bit like a clue board maybe is, maybe that's what you're going for. And then one right in the middle here. And then you just hit that, and then you've got hallways crisscrossing this whole thing. And then say you want a living room here. Populates it. Then say you want to study. This would be a good area for a study. And then you set that up right there. And then I already have a dining room? Yeah, I think so.
You don't have a dining room.
A great hall. Oh, no, I don't? Okay.
No.
Dining room is going to be here.
You can't forget the good old-fashioned lavatory. You have a bathroom. You need a lavatory. You need both.
I do. I need a lavatory. And I have a big one over here. Great. And then, like, if you zoom in, you can see everything is like fully 3D modeled. You could get shots of the interior, or you could just export to PDF if this is what you wanted to use.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course you can like actually customize things.
In the room.
Yeah, you can mess with like the objects, the object placement.
Put mimics every 5 feet.
Exactly. Say, for example, you wanted to change the floor tiles, you could do that.
Oh, yes. Floor tiles, my favorite. Wait. What are you doing?
I'm just messing with it, just making it...
It's a natural... It's one of those natural... It could be a rundown manor.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it could be broken down and have holes in the floor and whatnot.
Exactly, yeah.
Nature reclaiming it.
And then, of course, you have the option to change the lighting, which I think is really cool. So you can make it
blood red.
sunset, sunrise, midday, or nighttime. And you actually can make it blood red.
We need the blood moon.
The position of the sun. You can change the intensity of the brightness. And there are light-emitting objects. What if I make the entire area one big bathroom? Let's find out. Let's do a new map.
That would be one große Badezimmer.
Oh, yes.
Badezimmer. Holy crap, I just completely missed a vowel in there.
That's going to take a little while, but... This is not a awful interpretation of an enormous bathroom.
It's a bathhouse.
It almost is, yeah. There's some tables.
Mine is only being one tub. Everybody bathes in the open.
You know they have those. They have those.
True. Back in that day, that'd probably be normal. And depending on your D&D game, that'd be normal.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And then of course you could just go full random. Decide I want something here. I want something here. I want some things here. Most likely hallways. And it'll just fill them with, whatever. And then when you're done...
Wait, you can't even walk down that hallway?
No, you can't. It's completely random.
I don't think that's a hallway. I think that's a study that's 1x9 or whatever.
I think so. I think that's exactly what that is. And then from there, you can actually export to... I mean, you could change the mode. So you could give it... limited perspective, which just changes the walls. Orthographic top-down. You can render the lights in the image or export it to virtual tabletop, which gives you programs in line of sight. So the areas that you can be in, and then the areas in which you can't. And then recently they just introduced a terrain editor, but you can't do it in the dark parchment.
That's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's neat. I've had fun playing with it. I was just like, $50. I don't want to, back it for $50. That's a lot of money. But then I was just like, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then I did.
I really like stuff like this because it allows you to, even if I never plan on fully utilizing any of this stuff, I love building it and watching the ideas in my head and the image come to life. That's why I really liked Wonder Draft when I found it, because I was like, holy crap, I can finally have an official map tool that I can finally make that giant map that all of my stories take place in.
What I used for that was I used Incarnate.
Incarnate.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of that
spelled
one.
ink as an INK and then Incarnate. I'll send you a link.
I've got it here on my other screen.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, this is very much like Wonder Draft.
Yeah.
This one could probably be Windows 7 compatible.
It is. It's browser based. So it
that's
is
pretty
Windows
cool.
7 compatible. Yeah, no, I used that for for my first homebrew game that I ran.
No, I would love something like that because holy crap, do I just need to sit down and just make the continent. I have a good idea of where all the nations are and relative to each other, right? But I just don't have a designated shape for the continent yet. Mostly because I don't want to know. I don't know if I want to add more or less nations/factions to it or not. Cause it's a big map.
I didn't have any of that. No nations, no factions. It was actually a pretty like basic.
You see that mine are all based. I say I could say alludes to it. They're inspired by real world countries along with their histories.
That's a good way to do it. I know people who DM like that, and they say it actually works really well.
Matter of fact, one of my school projects it was a government class. We had to make a fictional government for a fictional one. I actually went and used one of my nations for that, one of my fake ones, and actually made a whole thing.
Yeah, it's surprising how useful D&D is for kind of gaming a bunch of school subjects. Suddenly math is actually kind of fun because you can add up the totals of the dice faster if you
see what
get better.
I mean, I
like
haven't even. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that was the main point I was trying to make is that.
Yeah,
D&D is a good academic game.
It is. It's Skyrim with math.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never really used any of my stuff for D&D, though I'm 99% sure they'd be more than capable of fitting right in, honestly, if I converted them. But that's also because I do a lot of my exploration into these through, like I said, AI Dungeon and D&D style adventures, as in where I take I want to explore this country and what it's like. Okay, well, let's view it from the point of view of a citizen. So I create a character citizen and I just go with it. I create scenarios, create the history alongside it, and just go with it.
That's something that I should probably do. Oh,
One of
nice.
my favorites
Zeno's
is-
getting on that D&D tomorrow with the boys. I got a D&D session in 19 minutes, actually.
Ooh.
It seems like,
Sounds fun.
it seems like whether or not someone enjoys tabletop RPGs is a decent, filtering, quality to determine whether or not they'd be, fun to hang out with socially.
You see, I don't play a lot of tabletop RPGs, but I like making my own from other games, right? So one of the tabletop games I play a lot of is Star Wars X-Wing. It's a tabletop miniatures game where you play with starfighters, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I like doing, and I do this with my brothers, we just create our own rule sets and we create a mini campaign, kind of like you would see in a video game, right? Oh, you have 3 scenarios, 3 missions. These are your pilots, and you can take them with you through missions. And if they die in a mission, well, now you got to get a new pilot. If they live, congratulations, you can give them an extra skill point or something. We just come up with rules on the fly and just have fun with it.
That's pretty solid. That's what we're starting to do now. We're trying to head off into different systems. We've been using 5th edition for most everything, but it gets kind of clunky after a while, trying to adapt it for different things.
Oh, they all just do meta builds now? New? What's your opinion on that, Omega? Meta building and try-harding these games.
I don't know. It seems to I don't really care, frankly, because I'm just there to have fun. And whatever is most conducive to that, to getting into the story and to getting to a point where you can be engaged mentally in what's going on. That's whatever does that the best. I like that. It doesn't have to be 5th edition. Like, I know 5th edition well, and so I'm used to using it, and so I've just been doing that. But if there's something that works better, like, I'll just switch as soon as I'm convinced, like, yeah, this is superior.
Yeah, that's how I like doing it too. Because honestly, my brother, he's very much the meta build type. He wants to he loves his stat sheets and spreadsheets. He will always get them out in any game we play. It drives me bonkers. But I, on the other hand, I prefer the narrative half. I prefer making a person and going through it as that person. When I'm this person, I am no longer me. I am this person.
Yeah,
I am whoever I just made.
That's the fun of it, is getting to a point where you can lose yourself in the character and doing the role playing. Like, I play with a few people who don't really care about that. They're just like, yeah, get that loot, get them gains. And I'm just like, that's not very fun. Where's the adventure? Where's the story? Where's the, plot progression?
And Newt brings up a good point. The flaws in characters makes it more fun.
Exactly,
honestly. Yeah. That's 100%. That's even for me, in my opinion. I agree with that completely. Matter of fact, I agree with it so much that I purposely write characters or whatever with flaws in them, so they're either more human or more fun.
I play a monk in the campaign that I have going on right now. His flaw is that he doesn't trust money, so you just can't buy anything ever.
That sounds interesting.
I don't know. I have a specific accent that I do for him, and I'd like to use him in more like situations, because he's really he's one of two characters that
I... You got a specific accent for him?
I do, and it's like...
I'd love to hear it.
It's like a subtle... I don't know. It's difficult to do without like looking at his... So the only way I ground the character is by looking at the picture that I got for him.
Oh, I feel that. I'm the same way.
I have like a picture, and then I'm just like, this guy would sound this way, and that's the only way I can return to it.
That's how I am. I play a lot of visual novel games, and I'm the same way, because a lot of them don't have voice acting. So I'm like, well, I gotta pick a voice for this person. Well, you sound like this because you look like this.
Yes.
Or you act this way. Oh, you're the pretentious student council president. Well, you're gonna have a British accent, and you're going to be extra snobby to everyone.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right?
This character has sort of like a soft voice, and he speaks in a very soft kind of. It's a difficult accent to place. It's a bit French, a bit something else, and that's just kind of how he handles all of his social interactions.
He speaks quietly, but he carries a big stick.
He does. That stick being his quarterstaff.
Yeah. Well, see, big stick.
Because he's a monk. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. I've had more fun playing him than I have playing any other character, because he's like the most grounded out of everyone else I've made. Because most of the other characters that I've ever actually made have just been. They've been like one-dimensional. Like they've just got one gimmick, and otherwise their behaviors
they're very
are completely
cookie-cutter.
Yeah,
they kind of follow an archetype.
Yeah, and they don't like really go anywhere. Like there's no development to them.
Yeah, they're flat characters is what we call that in writing.
Yes.
They're flat characters.
That's exactly.
There's nothing wrong with a flat character, though.
Yeah, they're just less fun.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. But at the same time, it's hard to always write a character that progresses and evolves over time. A fluid character, if you will. That's not the official term.
Yeah, like even if they're not, fluid, just having them be something that can act consistently been a challenge for me for a while. Just getting that consistent action.
You just need to fully immerse yourself as the character. I mean, let's take one of Newt's characters, right? A pretentious prince who wants to be a knight. Let's say he's really sheltered from the world. He doesn't know how anything works. He's just onward, my glorious steed. Gallantly we march towards our enemy. And he's
like
very
Don
pumped. He has
Quixote.
no idea what he's doing, right? But
as time goes on, he does more combat and gains more levels. He eventually starts learning how the world actually works and how to interact with people more. And he either changes at that point to be more, less, I guess, stereotyped and to just be more normal, or he just completely changes outright and flips over. Maybe he suffers maybe his entire party dies and he's the only survivor, and he gets extreme PTSD from that. And so he's no longer the brave, gallant knight. He's just the lurker in the corner who says, "I've seen many things and they've all gone wrong."
Well, that'll do it.
Kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you can take it that way. That's a very basic way to transform a character, but you gotta meld it with the story as it goes on, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just a random idea.
That's kind of what happened to my character. So he actually got his alignment changed. He's originally chaotic good. He got changed into lawful evil, and then he started speaking in an obnoxious French accent, to indicate that change.
To me, both of them are more or less the same on that chart.
Yeah, that actually changed his behaviors though. Like he just wasn't. He wasn't a. What am I trying to say? He no longer was just like looking out for people. He was just kind of more self-centered, and started like buying things and.
So you're telling me he abandoned his monk ways and started becoming materialist instead of spiritualist?
Basically, and I mean that both change one way and a change the other way were both they had to do with the deck of many things.
The deck of many things.
Yes.
Does it have many things, or is it just a fancy name?
It does, actually. If you know anything about the deck of many things, the deck of many things can do a lot. A lot of good things.
I know nothing about that. So.
It's basically
I've never played D&D, let alone even watched a session of it.
You would like it. You would really like it. If you could
would.
If you can find the time, I would find like a local game store, find like a D&D pickup session, and just go.
My biggest problem with D&D is I want to draw the fancy character portraits. That's all I really like doing. I love making characters and
You'll be
archetypes.
popular. You'll be popular in that group. If you draw character portraits, like in any group, if you draw character portraits or if you're artistic at all, like with your work, then you'll do well. I mean, I don't do that, but I like 3D print minis and paint them. And I also DM and like... There's a lot of demand for stuff like that,
See, that's actually what I've been trying to get started recently. Was I wanted to get into BattleTech tabletop. I've talked about it a little bit. So that's why I was asking about 3D printers. But I wanted to do a campaign style, just like how I was talking for Star Wars X-Wing, but with my brother and a couple other people possibly. But I wanted to make pilots, because one of the big things in the BattleTech universe is all warfare is coordinated more or less through mercenary groups, hireable mercenary pilots. So I got to make a bunch of pilots. I just haven't done that yet. But I have them all planned out. Backstories, characters. I even know what they look like head to toe, right? I just can't draw them because I suck at drawing people.
I think you'll get there, no problem. A lot of the principles
I'll probably get there.
Yeah, a lot of the principles in I mean, from what I've heard, a lot of the principles in like drawing anything like will transfer over to just drawing something else. Once you learn how to draw something that you don't know how to draw, then you're good.
Totally.
Yeah. See, a lot of the rigid elements that I have learned from drawing when it comes to line work has carried over. I actually had to do a school project for fashion design. I talked about this a little bit before, but I actually did just say, screw it, I'm going to draw a person. And it came out fairly well, but I don't like claiming it fully as my own work, mainly for the fact that I used a lot of templates to get it to where it was. And I don't like using templates because I don't feel like I made it if I used a lot of templates.
I'm the opposite. I'm just like, I had a hand in this.
I by the way, just slightly off topic, I do have a full version of that drum break, by the way, in the schematic sheet. Cool, so you don't need to just line it up with the wheel.
Cool. Drum break, what?
It's lined up with the wheels.
There it is.
Yeah, I decided to go with drum brakes because they're just super easy to model. Plus, since this is supposed to be styled around an old car, drum brakes fit perfectly.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
But and they're the same front and back, same exact thing. I just changed the scale because I'm lazy.
Where's the original wheel? Ah, there it is.
But yeah, no, I don't like claiming work. So one thing that I used to do when I was first starting to get used to drawing was I would take pictures and I would kind of trace over the lines to learn how line works were done, right? Problem with that was I've never shared any of those, nor have I ever claimed those to be my artwork, even though I took the picture and everything. It was my picture that I was tracing over, right?
Just because you couldn't like
can't
come up with it like right out of your mind, like you couldn't just kind of pull it out of your head. It didn't seem like it was yours.
You see, the reason why I'm very proud about the cars I made is everything I make is done by hand. All the scales, all the models, all of that's done by hand, and I'm very happy with that. And I'm very happy to call it my own because I did it all by my own hand, right? So I don't know. It's a weird mental block I have in my head. It really shouldn't be that big of an issue for me to use, especially considering that these stencils and templates that I use to draw said person are part of my art program and are tools I can use. I have a 3D model poser for people that is integrated into my art program that I use, right? I just don't like using it because I don't feel like I'm the one making the art if I'm just working around that.
Yeah, see, I used to be picky about that, but I'm not anymore because I'm at a point in my life where, like, if I get picky about, like, oh, I didn't technically make this, then I just don't make anything. Like, I'm just never productive, and I'm just like...
Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now, not gonna lie. But again, it's just that mental block I have in my head. And I don't... It's just gonna take time to get over it, and I'll probably get used to it.
Yeah. No,
I'll probably use that model viewer to give me just a base so I don't have to spend 8 hours trying to get a rough draft to get that perfect perspective. I can just align the model viewer, set it that way, and then draw what I want by hand with that as just a basic reference to give me orientation and perspective, right? I might start doing that. That would probably be a good in-between, and I would still call that my work because I'm doing custom line work overall.
Yeah.
So.
At this point, it's like I don't even actually care to do original work. It's nice, you know, sometimes. But like just so long as I'm a part of something that gets done, then I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm starting to get there. I don't know, it takes me too long to draw stuff by hand, and it's very frustrating because I am a line perfectionist. And I won't delve into that rabbit hole again. I did that last stream, but that's why I draw on a pen tablet, because I have a Control-Z quick button on the pen that I use. So I don't like the line, I can just tap that button and do it over again.
Yeah.
It makes it so fast.
That's handy. I'm gonna do one last thing. I'm gonna put a circle of rivets around this wheel, and then we can call the stream. So first step, empty plain axes. You put that right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It lines up with the brake disc.
60 divided by 8, so that's going to be a 45-degree angle, so this is going to be RX 45. And then I'm going to go mesh, and I'm going to go cylinder, and I'm going to change this. This only has 8 points. S.2, 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 RY90, RY90, RX, Z, R.8, and then I set an array, and then make 8 of them, and then change this to fit curve, fixed count, and I'm going to give it an object offset, change the object to be this empty, whatever the latest empty is, and then ta-da, and then also not have any offset there.
Nice! That was quick.
Yes, as long as I know what I'm doing in my head, it's just like I can get it. But until that point, I'm just like, what do I even want to do?
Yeah, no, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. Once I like have an idea of what I need to do, I can just really go through it fast. But just figuring out what I'm trying to do is the hard part, because I have to get an idea of the two-dimensional shape and then put it into 3D in my head, and then I can spit it out in Blender. Like, I know how to use the 3D space, and if I know I want this part to go inside, and I want this part to be an arch, and I want this part to like kind of curve and swirl around, then...
Oh no, I understand that. That's why I always start... Whenever I'm doing these cars, I always start with the side view, then the top view, because the side and the top view are what designate the size, the size and scale for everything else. Then the front view, the back view, the under view. Then once I have all those views, then I can transform that into 3D, because now I have something to work with. Yeah. Instead of having to do it in my head. That's the only difference I have.
Yes. No, yes. That's a very, that's like pretty good point. It's looking pretty good. We just need a few more. We've got one more weekend to work on this, and then I'll take General Kenobi up on his offer to add bits.
So let's see. All we're really missing, if we're just going to flush out the bottom, all we're really missing is the drivetrain and the differential that goes to the rear axle, and we're also missing the tire tread.
I'll have to get some more snacks next session, because I'm not an effective worker if I don't have munchies.
Oh yeah, we got the brake drums. There we go. I can English.
Yeah.
Brake drums as well.
Drake drums.
Brake drums. Drum brakes.
Oh, this... A moment of appreciation for how Blender like loops the mouse. If you notice, it just comes from one side and goes back on the other.
Oh yeah, I see that now that you mention it.
Not a lot of programs do that.
It.
Distance used to do that for me, but it doesn't anymore. Like the level editor, and it is upsetting. Makes me angry. Anyway, I'm gonna call the stream here because it's 6 o'clock and I get ridiculed every time I'm late. It's just down the street, but I.
Maybe you should make that a character quirk on your next character that you
He's
make.
Always late. Yeah, and then I have an excuse.
Just roll with it.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. She's really coming together.
She is.
I will see everybody next weekend, and it's not next weekend, but the weekend after that we have a tournament. Not the 30th, but the 7th right here. So I've got one weekend to flesh everything out. I will see everybody